A recent study found that about 25% of young adults in the US are sedentary and perform no regular physical activities. Furthermore, only about 15% of all adults engage in regular physical activity that meets the guidelines set by the American College of Sports Medicine, or the ACSM. This is a serious problem with our nation's long-term health, and some new and unique solutions have been presented to fix it. Among these proposed solutions is the Nintendo Wii. The Wii was touted as a revolutionary new way to play video games that made the player active and got them off of their couch. It pressed this fact with parents and made claims that it was better than traditional button-pressing video games because it caused the player to be active. Following up with these claims, Nintendo soon released the Wii Balance Board and the Wii Fitness game. Nintendo marketed the game and board with commercials such as this one that implied you could do away with gym memberships, expensive machines, and weight racks, all easily replaced with their new fitness game. But how effective really is the Wii Fitness game at actual physical exercise? Is it a simple, fun solution to a national problem? Or is it just more false advertising and trumped-up claims that are better left for the infomercials? We proposed a study that would measure the maximal oxygen consumption of a subject playing the Wii Fitness game and determine if it met the standards set by the ACSM for physical activity. The study was set up in two parts. In the first part, subjects would run on a treadmill at a set speed until their heart rate reached 170 beats per minute. Their heart rates were measured every minute by a sensor under their shirt. Every 3 minutes, the treadmill was inclined by 3%. The data were used to find the subject's maximal oxygen consumption and actual oxygen consumption during physical activity that is known to meet the requirements of the ACSM. This was used as a baseline for comparison against the results of Part 2. In Part 2 of the study, subjects simply played the Wii Fitness running game for 20 minutes with the heart monitor still taking measurements every minute. According to the ACSM, one of the standards for physical activity is that during exercise, a person's oxygen consumption should be at least 60% of their maximal oxygen consumption. Using known equations from peer literature, heart rate, speed, incline, and age were all used to calculate the maximal and actual oxygen consumption of the subjects. The data from the two tests were collected and organized into the following charts. The first table shows the basic health information necessary to compute body mass index for the 6 subjects in this study. BMI is an accepted approximation of the physical fitness of most individuals and was used as a baseline for the test to determine the starting fitness of the individuals. All but one of the subjects in this test are within the healthy range of the BMI. One subject was borderline overweight. Next, you see a graph showing the heart rates of the 6 subjects during the course of the treadmill run. The more physically fit the individual is, the longer it took their heart rate to reach 170 beats per minute. Regression showed that the general trend of the treadmill test was highly linear as well, with heart rates increasing at a steady rate most of the time. This graph displays the calculated maximal oxygen consumption for each subject in blue and the actual oxygen consumption in red. The black lines show the 60% level necessary to be considered physical activity by the ACSM. As you can see, in the treadmill test, all but one of the subjects were well within the 60% range of oxygen consumption. The actual percentages for each subject are listed above the bars. The next chart displays the heart rates of the subjects during the Wii Fitness test. As you can see, the heart rates have a much more plateaued trend and are also less linear than they were in the treadmill test. It should also be noted that the same subjects whose heart rates climbed the quickest during the treadmill test, subjects 3 and 5, remained much higher in the Wii test than those whose heart rates climbed the slowest, subjects 4 and 6. The final and conclusive representation of data is the maximal and actual oxygen consumption during the Wii running test. As you can see, none of the subjects achieved the 60% of their maximal oxygen consumption during the Wii running test, meaning that it did not satisfy the ACSM standards for physical exercise for any of the subjects. These results show that the Wii Fitness game is not a suitable replacement for actual exercise and should not be marketed as such. Of note, however, all subjects did remark that they found the Wii Fitness game more strenuous than the treadmill run, and all subjects reported sore muscles the day after the Wii Fitness test, but not the day after the treadmill run. A possible discrepancy was also found in that people have different methods for running in place. Some people throw their legs behind them in exaggerated motions, while others lightly hop from one foot to the other. The difference in stances could cause some subjects to be working harder than others at the same task.